Welcome back everybody. Today I'll be ranking every single league in European basketball, international competitions included. Now, I don't want to waste your time, so let's just get straight into it. First of all, let's talk about the international competitions. We have 7 of them in Europe. The best one being the EuroLeague. The EuroLeague is the second best basketball league in the whole world, only second to the NBA, of course. So they belong in the best of Europe. Beneath the EuroLeague, we have the Euro Cup. Also a really strong league. Not the best of Europe, since we have the EuroLeague, but they belong in highly competitive. Next to that, we will have the Champions League. The Champions League is less competitive than the Euro Cup, but it is still a highly competitive competition, so it belongs to that tier. Then we have the ABA, which is a conglomerate of teams competing in the Balkan. It doesn't have the same reach as the Champions League, the Euro Cup, the EuroLeague. The teams are more grouped together and the level is therefore worse. So they'll go in the strong league category. We then have the FIBA Europe Cup, not to be confused with the Euro Cup. They are 2 different competitions. And the Europe Cup is less competitive, so it belongs to the strong league category. Then we have the ENBL. The ENBL has the same premise as the ABA. The teams are closer together geographically, but in this instance, it is the northern part of Europe. Again, with the teams being more grouped together, there's less space for better teams, and the ENBL will therefore go to the good leagues categories. The same goes for the BIBL. It also belongs in the Balkans, but it is less competitive than the ABA, so it goes to the good league category. So these are our 7 international competitions and they rank as shown. Now we move on to the domestic leagues. First up, we have the Belarusian Basketball League, which I'm guessing most of you have never heard about. There's a reason for this. It's not very good, and it therefore belongs in the bad league category. Iceland. Beforehand, I would have put it in the bad league category too, but it has seen an increase in competitiveness and they've developed looser restrictions on import players, which has increased the level of play significantly, so they therefore deserve to be in the mid-league category. Now onto the ACB. Everybody here should know that the ACB is the best domestic league in all of Europe, and it therefore belongs to the best of Europe. The ACB is where you go if you want to compete in the most competitive league in Europe. Next up we have the German Basketball League. It has seen a great development, and we also see young players from German teams get drafted in the NBA draft. They're not quite the best of Europe. There's a gap between them and the ACB, but they do definitely belong in the highly competitive category. The B-Next League is a joint league between teams from the Netherlands and teams from Belgium. The decision to combine the leagues in each of the respective countries have made for a better, more competitive league, which I think is really cool, and since the countries aren't that big, it makes a lot of sense to do. So they belong in the strong league category. The Greek Basketball League also has a lot of talent and a lot of good players, a lot of good teams, a bunch of teams that compete in the EuroLeague as well, Panathinaikos and Olympiakos, one of them who just won the EuroLeague, so we can't put them anywhere else but highly competitive. The Russian Basketball League also belongs in highly competitive. It is pretty difficult to pinpoint at this exact moment because of sanctions and politics that have made Russian teams ineligible to play in European competitions. But beforehand, they used to be really good, and a lot of great players played in the Russian Basketball League, so they definitely deserve to be in highly competitive. We then move on to the first of our Scandinavian leagues, which is the Finnish Basketball League. It's a good league. The same cannot be said about the Norwegian League. There's no real infrastructure in Norway to develop a good basketball league, and it seems like the focus is elsewhere. Therefore, it is a bad league, unfortunately. The same goes for the Albanian Basketball League. Albania is a country that has been suppressed for a long time. Not anymore, luckily, but it has been, and it's still recovering to this day. So the energy, the money, the politics are focused elsewhere for valid reasons, and basketball is therefore not of great importance, and the league is therefore bad. Same goes for Luxembourg. Pretty easily explained, it's a really small country. Then the French Basketball League. It's in the same category as the Greek and the Russian leagues. They have some EuroLeague teams, but the depth of the whole league itself is not good enough to belong in the best of Europe, so they go to highly competitive. We then move on to the Croatian League. that's a good league, once again. The same goes for the basketball league in Portugal and in Denmark. All solid leagues with good teams, good players, but not enough depth and not enough investment to belong in the strong league category. Moldova. Through my research, it looks like they are one of the worst basketball leagues in the whole of Europe. They therefore go in the bad league category. Now onto the Italian basketball league. I'd say they're in the same situation as the French basketball league. They have great teams competing in the EuroLeague and other good international competitions, but they just don't have enough elite teams to belong in the best of Europe. So they go in highly competitive. We don't have the basketball league from Kosovo. Not much to be said here, it goes in the mid leagues. We don't have the Turkish basketball league. Surprisingly for me especially, it belongs in the best of Europe category, as the only league alongside the ACB. Now, the Turkish basketball league has multiple teams competing in the EuroLeague, for example Fenerbahce and Anadolu Efes, and it has seen great investment into both development of players and teams and also infrastructure and just money flowing in general. So I think it's safe to say that the Turkish basketball league is the second best domestic league in all of Europe. We then move on to the basketball league in the Czech Republic. Once again, one of those leagues without much to say. It's really similar to the leagues of Kosovo and Iceland. It's a small market and it therefore belongs in the mid leagues. The same can be said about the Swiss basketball league. The Polish basketball league, on the other hand, belongs in the strong league category. It has a bunch of good teams and all around great depth in the league, which earns it a spot in the strong league category. Bulgaria belongs in the good league category. It's a big country, therefore almost instantly it has some good quality teams. The more people you have in a country, the more likely you are to have better basketball players. It makes a lot of sense as long as you have the structure to develop these players. We don't have the basketball league from Cyprus. I just talked about a big country having an easier time getting better players. The same counts for small countries having a harder time getting better players. So just like the basketball league from Luxembourg belongs in the bad league category. Moving on to Serbia. Serbia belongs in the strong league category. They have multiple teams in the EuroLeague, such as Partizan and Red Star. The reason why they don't belong in highly competitive is because they don't have enough depth. They have a really high ceiling, but they also have a pretty low floor. Next up, we have another league, just like the B-Next League, with two countries merged together. This time it is the Latvian and Estonian Basketball League. This league belongs in the good league category. The thing about this league is that before they merged together, the two separate leagues were struggling. They had to take the risk and join together. Luckily it worked out and they now belong in the good league category. The Hungarian Basketball League belongs in the mid-league category. The same is true for the North Macedonian Basketball League. Another one of the leagues that have surprised me through my research is the Slovenian Basketball League. Even though I haven't really heard much about it, it does have great depth, a lot of good teams, and also a bunch of teams competing in international competitions, and it does belong in the strong league category. Now onto a league that most of you probably know, it's the Israeli Basketball League. They have current EuroLeague teams and also former EuroLeague teams. Most notable is Maccabi Tel Aviv. Because of the level of teams there, the league belongs in the highly competitive category. The Lithuanian Basketball League belongs in the strong league category. There is a case to make to put it in the highly competitive category. I don't think it's just there yet, but in the near future, it does have a good opportunity to move up a category. Moving on to the Basketball League from Bosnia and Herzegovina, it belongs in the mid-league category. We then have the Basketball League from Sweden and Montenegro, and they both belong to the good league category. Next up, it's pretty difficult to see, but it is the Basketball League from the UK. Now, the Basketball League from the UK has throughout most of its lifetime been a bad basketball league. It's just never been a thing in the UK. But as of currently, it's gained some traction, and I'd therefore say it's moved a tier up to the mid-league category. I do hope, for the sake of the sport of basketball, that we do see continuous development and basketball in the UK becoming a bigger market. We then have the Romanian Basketball League, very similar to the Bulgarian Basketball League, huge country. Therefore, better players are easier to come by. Even though I talk a lot about these bigger countries having an easier time getting better players, it's not always the case. As for example, the Ukrainian Basketball League. Ukraine is a huge country, but the Basketball League only belongs in the mid-league category. Making rules is all fun and games, but there will always be exceptions, just like this. The Austrian Basketball League has seen a lot of hardship these last couple of years, and beforehand I'd put them in the good league category, but as of today, they belong in the mid-league category. The Slovakian Basketball League has a difficult time gaining any popularity, and it therefore belongs in the bad league category. The exact same argument is relevant in the placement of the Irish Basketball League. They do have the market, they do have the resources to make basketball a bigger sport, but the government chooses to spend the money elsewhere on different sports, and the Basketball League has therefore been neglected, and it therefore belongs in the bad league category. I hope this video gave you a better understanding of how good the different leagues are compared to each other. That's at least the goal with the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it no matter what. And that's it for today. So peace out.